Hi, welcome to Pagan Goddess Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing a zodiac reading for the year 2021 for the zodiac sign of Aries. I have a lot. I do work full-time, so I have a lot of readings I want to push out. So I want to do the yearlies and I want to do the January monthlies, so it may affect whether I do a weekly or not, because it's a lot of videos to pump out in a few days. Okay? They take a lot of energy. So, that being said, if you like the channel, please hit like, subscribe, and share. Let me see. Like, subscribe, and share. It really does something to the algorithm. I don't know what it does, but it really does expand the channel and can help with, like, literally exponential growth. So please keep that in mind. Do remember this is going to be a general collective reading. Even though it's a smaller portion of the general collective, it still works the same way. If you resonate with it, take what's yours. If you don't, leave it for someone else. Do remember that this is fortune telling and that it will come back at some point, and you're more than welcome to come back to the channel and rewatch videos. And I'm not going to do extendeds for the yearlies, but I also finally got Patreon set up. Now if I can get the videos to load properly, they were too, all of a sudden they were too big. And they were small videos compared to some of the ones that I had posted in the extended. So I'm not sure what happened, but hopefully I have everything corrected. Yeah, just bear with me. I'm very technically challenged. It's a struggle. The cards aren't hard for me. I love reading the cards, but sometimes the technology just like, what is it doing? Why is it doing that? So just bear with me. I'm pretty technically challenged there. All right. So I have a disclaimer. Some of these cards have full frontal nudity. So if you're under the age of 18, please leave the channel with the nudity in it. Even though there's no sexual connotation, it's YouTube doesn't allow that for anyone under 18. Okay, so let's get started. I cleared some space so that I could do a little bit different reading for the beginning of the year, other than our normal format. I am still going to pull oracle cards though, and this is from the Animal Spirit deck, Spirit Oracle deck. Okay, and of course I pre-shuffled as always, so you don't have to listen to a bunch of shuffling. Okay. All right. And Aries, your first card is Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Okay. So there's that. And then we have the Angels and Ancestors deck. I'm still going to pull two of these. And I like oracle cards because they're powerful messages in and of themselves. But sometimes they work with the oracle cards. I mean the tarot cards. Hermit, retreat and recharge. Okay. And I had already done a video for you. And again, something I did in my camera. It didn't put it to memory. I couldn't transfer it to a chip. And so I lost the video. Okay. And this is the Lord. And it's telling you to take charge with authority. Okay. And I think that'll happen once you rest and retreat. It'll give you some perspective. All right. So today I'm going to do a Celtic... the Celtic spread. This is called the Celtic Cross. Okay. And for the significator card, I have the Moon. Okay. And this represents you, the reader. Okay. This is usually the person that's asking the question or asking for the reading. So this represents you. And it's talking about facing the fears, facing your fears, and you see you're coming out here, you're going up the path, and you have to cross through the path. That path, those pillars are they're trees, but they're typically pillars in other decks. And that full moon on the other side. And I think what the issue with this is that everybody has fears. I mean, we're human, so of course we have fears. The pillars are what's between this material plane, and that's also called the veil. It's the division between this world and the spiritual world. Okay? And moving forward is sometimes very scary. It's very scary in life, okay? And it's like you're having to make a choice between the wild side and the tame side, okay? And whatever you're afraid of, you have to face your fears. You have to walk between the dragon and you have to walk between the dog. And I know they're scary because they're a dragon. Who wouldn't be scared? But the point is they're both mesmerized by the moon. And you really don't have anything to be afraid of. So you just have to face the fears and walk through it. Because everything that you want is on the other side of fear. Okay? And what's in this lake is typically, that's the same lake that the Lady of the Lake gave King Arthur, I think she sent it to Merlin, gave him Excalibur. Okay, so there's a lot of things in that lake, but a lot of things are really good, but some things are monsters. There's real monsters down there in the deep. Okay, and you've faced them and dealt with them, and they're nothing compared to what you're afraid of here. You've already done a lot. So it's telling you to face your fears. Okay, and the next card that's coming out represents the environment. And right now, it's looking like you're the Nine of Cups. In this case, it's cauldrons. Okay, so that means somebody who's kind of got it together. You know, you've mastered the energy of all the cups except for the 10. You're quite content where you are. You're happy, you're peaceful, and you're single. Or if you're not single, yeah, no, I'm not going there. All right, so, the Nine of Cups represents somebody that's got it together. That's like where you want to be in life. This is really where you want to be in life. Okay? You're quite content. You've learned to overcome things. You love yourself. You're good with yourself, Because, and the reason is, what's crossing you is you had a rebirth. Okay? You had a rebirth. So you went through some kind of transformation. And we always have to tweak ourselves. Don't get me wrong. You can go through the dark night of the soul, but you can do that in multiple times in your life too. It's usually just that first one is pretty wicked. It's rough, but we all go through transformations. That's what life is about. We're here to learn. We learn our lessons, okay? And so you went through a rebirth. So what you have going for you is the Two of Swords, okay? And the Two of Swords is going to be at the base of the spread. So the Two of Swords is okay. She's balanced. But, that's a pretty stony outcropping for one. Two, she's blindfolded. So she's not really seeing, but she's balanced. But she can't stay in that position very long. And the reason being is those swords are really heavy, for one. Two, she has her heart crossed. She's guarding her heart. And the other issue is she's sitting on a beach. Well, in that case, it's a stone, and that water's coming up. The tide's coming in. So she's not going to be able to sit there for too long. And while she's in a good place, it's like the fear is opening up. Okay? She's very guarded. Okay? And let's see. I need to take this sweatshirt off. It's warm today instead of cold, which is awesome. All right, so let's see let's see what we have for the recent past. Okay, the recent past. You have the King of Wands in the recent past. So you've done something, or okay. This is either you have done something, or you're presenting as the King of Wands, or somebody else came into your life. This is somebody that's strong, powerful. They're creative. Look, that's a fire sign. They're passionate. They're but they understand how this power works. They understand how fire works, how passion works, and they've come into your, or you have come into this energy, or this energy has come into you in your recent past. This could be somebody that's I don't know, they're just very passionate and dynamic. That can be not just a relationship passion, like they can be passionate about life and what they're doing. You know, this could be somebody that absolutely loves what they do for a living. Okay. Now the overall, this is the Crown card, and this is the overall meaning of the spread itself. So it's showing that even though you're in a higher place and the sun is shining on you, you're still guarded, and you need to see things. You're getting there because you're on top of a turret, but you need to see things from a higher perspective. And swords typically are in your mind, so I think it's telling you that you may be you're guarded. I mean, you can see you're at a crossroads here, and you're guarded here. So, and then if somebody came in that's passionate and dynamic, you maybe that's who you're guarded against. Or maybe you were that person in the past and something happened to make you guarded. So even though you've gone through the rebirth, you are you're kind of guarded, okay? And it's telling you in your near future that the Knight of Swords energy. So either somebody's coming rushing in for you, but whatever this is going to be some kind of communication. Somebody's either rushing in for you, or you're going to be rushing ahead. Okay? Let's see. The next card is going to represent the significator again. This is going to be for the viewer. Oh, wow. You are in this energy. This is the Nine of Swords. This is just straight up mental anguish. Okay? It's devastating, and it's really hard to come back from. But it is, again, it's swords energy. It's all in your mind. Okay? If you change your perspective, you can change everything. That's part of facing your fears. Okay? All right. And then your environment. So there's somebody around you. This is the Queen of Swords. You see the promise beneath her? Okay. And first of all, look how high she sits. Remember the higher perspective? So you either need to be this woman or turn into this woman, or there is a woman like this around you. It's most likely somebody that's very, sometimes considered cold. She's very analytical. She's definitely mind over matter type of person. And if you look, she's way high up. But she can see things from a higher perspective because she's a queen, for one, and she's on a throne. And if you see the kings, you can see the canopy down below. They're way above the forest. So they sit really high up. Okay, and then she has the rainbow here. That's the promise. That's the between the mind and the water. This is the promise between your mind, your thought processes, and your emotions. Okay. Now, she's been through a lot. She would be a great advisor. She can tell you how she would, if she was in your position, how she would approach the situation. It has empathy for you, and she does have feelings, but she's not going to allow you to sit there and wallow in your misery. She's going to tell you what she thinks you need to know, and then, it's time for you to move on. There's other people that she needs to see, okay, or do. She's just, sometimes she appears very cold, but she just knows what to, when she has to cut something away from, and she does it. She doesn't tolerate things around her that don't serve her. Okay? So your hopes and fears position. All right. All right. The Eight of Shields. And this is working hard. And again, look in the background. You're going to see the ships are coming in. Okay? But they're quite a ways out there. So in the meantime, this person is working hard. This can be trying to master something. This can be, oh, what did we say? I forgot what they call it. An internship. Like you're learning something. You're learning something under a master. This is somebody that really knows what they're doing, and they make a living doing it. Okay, and that person makes shields, so I'm going to say they probably make very, very good shields. Okay, and they have they have those shields on the side of the boat, and that represents the income that they're bringing in while he's waiting for those ships to come in that he sent off before. It provides abundance. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty this morning. It provides abundance and prosperity for him and what seems to be his family. Okay. And let me see. The probable outcome is strength. I don't know what kind of journey you're going. Oops, sorry. I don't know what kind of journey you're going through or what your situation is. We're going to delve into that in just a few minutes. So, but what will come of it is strength. And this is blessed. This friendship here is blessed. Now, this strength card does speak of internal strength. This is a major arcana card. But if you look at them, there could be also a friendship coming in. This is a sign of Leo, by the way. This is a Leo card. But see that dragon. She and that dragon are friends. They have a relationship, and that relationship is blessed by spirit. So this could be a relationship as well. Okay? All right, so let me clarify some of these. Since we have a dragon, why not use the one with the dragon on the front? Okay, I'm going to use this is the Celtic Tarot deck, by the way. And then I'm going to use the, Wizard Tarot today to clarify some of this. So I want to know how, I think you're going through a rebirth. I don't think you're quite through it yet, but you're working on it, okay? I think that's why that's crossing you. And I think what you're doing is you're mastering, since you're presenting as the Nine of Cups. I think that's what you're doing is you're mastering all of the Cups energy. Okay, which will put you in a powerful position, because the Nine of Cups, like I said before, is where you want to be. All right, so yeah, the Nine of Cups. Okay, so the reason you're having to face, not the Nine of Cups, I'm sorry, the Moon, this represents you. And the reason that you're having to face your fears is whatever happened in the past was pretty bad. It was rough. It was very difficult to get through. It was brutal. And, you needed to heal from it. And whenever you have something like that, then you develop fears. Your ego develops fear. And then it's the other card is strength. And it takes a lot of strength to get past that. So I think that you're working through some of that right now, because you are working towards becoming the Nine of Cups. And like I said, that's the card you want to be, because the Ten of Cups comes right after that. So it's telling you that your ships are coming in. Okay, it's just that's you have to kind of wait. They're not here yet. They're not in the harbor yet. They're out here. Actually, see, that's where your ships are. So you can oops, be mopey, or you can. I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying, see, this person isn't sitting around moping around. He's going on about his business while he waits for the ships to come in. Okay, he set his intentions. He put the ships out, and they're coming back now. But they're not quite home. Okay, and this is the Nine of Cups. This would also be justice. So for whatever happened in the past, your ships will be coming in. You'll be the Nine of Cups because you put the work into it. Now the Justice card can also speak of court cases, anything of that, and they should go in your favor, or at least they'll be just. All right, you have the Rebirth card, okay? And with the Rebirth card, it's being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. So it's telling you, if you go through, do the transition, because you have plenty of options, okay? And you can, but you're tending one. There's one little, it's like there's a tree, and there's this little seedling next to it, and you're nurturing the little seedling. You're making sure it gets all the fertilizer, and you're aerating the soil and whatnot, and making sure that it's healthy and watered, so that it can thrive. So you have a it may not be a pentacle, okay? It's you. There's something that you're nurturing, and it may be yourself, okay? And then we have the Four of Swords, and this talks about, instead of being in this energy, this is how you heal, is being in this energy, is resting and reflecting. It's about thinking about things without the mental anguish. Okay, and you have to remember, again, we have these cards. So the Hermit card is another one about resting and recharging. Okay, it's stepping away from the situation. It's not allowing yourself to get to this point. Okay, and you have to remember this. The universe does provide. Okay, and eventually you'll be able to get through this, and you'll be able to take on the Lord energy, and that's the Emperor energy in other decks. Okay, so we have the let me see, the Two of Swords, and that's being guarded. You're at a crossroads, but it looks like with this Three of Pentacles, you're trying to create a change. This is mastering something. Okay, and that's most likely whatever he's mastering over there in that boat with the Eight of Shields, okay? Shields and Pentacles are the same thing. It's just two different decks. All right, and you have a King of Cups. So you have somebody around you that most likely cares deeply for you, and you may not know it because they're not going to show it. But they have deep emotions, because both of his feet are in the water in this particular card. See, and he's the water god, king of water. I mean, and those those oceans run deep. Okay, so whoever was in the past, that could have been somebody that was dynamic and passionate. All right, because it's being clarified by the Queen of Wands, and that's a matched pair. Okay, so that could have been a marriage, that could have been a long-term relationship, or it could develop into that, because your energies are pretty close. Okay, but And there again, that's the Nine of Cups. That's a great depiction of the Nine of Cups. That's where he's at. He's content. It's not that he doesn't want love. It's just that he's content where he's at. He's happy. He's happy with himself. And so he's not like desperate for love or all up in his head. If it comes, it comes, you know. Or if I find it, I find it. But for now, I'm happy with what I'm doing. Okay. And I think that's the energy that they're trying to get you to. Okay. With this rebirth. All right. And tell me about the Two of Swords, please. Okay. We have the King of Swords. So you're using your mind and not your emotions. You're gonna have to let that chokehold on those emotions go. Because if you bury them, that's where you can't keep burying your emotions. Because you can't move forward. That's where you get these scars and these fears and ego problems. Okay. So what he's telling you is you have the strength to do this. You have the willpower. You can move forward. Okay? You can move forward. And you can do it very well. You have the power to do that. And that's another card is your recent future is going to be moving forward too. So they're telling you to move forward. Okay. And I think that's where your Lord cards is telling you to come in. They want you to rest and retreat, but you can't. They don't want you staying in that energy for too long. They need you to come out of it. And you need to be able to come out of that energy so that you can take charge with authority. You know, you have to remember this is your life. You don't have to just you can master things, you can manifest things, you can make things happen. Okay? And again, you got to get out of this energy. You're balanced, but you're going to be balanced, but you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Once you get done, you're going to be balanced. But again, you need to move forward. You have to use that strength and move forward. Okay? Not backwards, because the devil's waiting for you in the background. And the devil, most of the time, is talking about a toxic relationship. It could be things that just aren't good for you. You know, it could be addictions, anything like that. Whatever you're trying to work through. Whatever's causing you that pain is the devil. Okay? And then the Nine of Swords is telling you to be the Page of Wands. You will get communication. It's going to be young communication, but it's going to be very heartfelt, and it's going to be very passionate. And again, passionate does not necessarily mean love. Okay? But this one does. I love how Spirit does that. Yeah, okay. So this one may communicate, but then come in later as the Knight of Cups. And that's somebody that's wanting to offer a cup of love. Okay? And that's definitely where the abundant universe will provide. Okay? So if you follow the advice of the Queen and move through the emotions and face your fears, you get the Sun. And that is the happiest card of the deck. Okay? And this is what's in your environment right now. So whoever's advice that is, you should take that. Because that's where the death comes in. Death is not always death. Death is the ending of a cycle, and that's where you get your rebirth. Okay? We're not talking about literal physical death. We're talking about getting through a situation, ending a cycle. It's a spiritual death. And then you're reborn. It changes you. It changes you into somebody with a higher vibration. You're much wiser. Um, it makes you better. It makes you stronger. Okay, so you have the Knight of Shields, and that's clarified by the Hangman. So what it's telling you is you're in a position right now where you're kind of waiting. Okay, you're not in a bad position. You're just hanging out because you had a tower moment in the past. Okay, but it illuminated something. You did learn something from this. You learned that foundation. It was not built on a strong foundation. And that's Spirit's another thing Spirit's trying to tell you. They will bring you stuff so you don't, you make sure that you build a solid foundation or it will fall. Okay. And then you have the strength. Okay. All right. And it will, it's just like I said, it will come from that Nine of Swords. It will come from facing your fears. It's going to come from facing your fears. And the fears are what those Nine of Swords are. It's the stuff that keeps you up all night. You can't sleep, can't drink, can't eat. Okay? Because you feel bound. Alright? And the bottom of the deck is the Emperor. And again, you got basically the same advice. They're more or less the same thing. And it's telling you to take charge with authority. This is your life. You don't have to be at somebody else's mercy. Or you don't have to be at your mind's mercy. You know, you can take steps and you can take the advice and you can move forward and have the rebirth. Okay? So, I am going to pull some Archangel cards and see if I can get a couple more messages for you. There we go. So I think what this is saying is you may have been through a rough couple of year, or I mean 2020. Let's face it, but there were some good things. So good things happened in 2020, but it was a rough year. It was very difficult for a lot of people, and a lot of people because of the isolation and stuff. You know, did suffer mental anguish. You know, and it could be just as simple as that. But Spirit wants you to release all that anguish and move forward. Okay? And it's telling you, it's, let's see, it's Beloved One. Archangel Shamiel, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationships. Okay? I'll get one more, Spirit, please. For Aries, please, Aries. Please, for Aries. Teaching and learning. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. And then it's telling you to set crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Okay? All right. I hope you enjoyed it, and remember, I'm not doing extendeds for the yearlies because I have so many videos to get out and so little time to do it. Again, if you like the videos, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm sorry, I'm really tired. It's really, really early in the morning. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great year and Happy New Year.